Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, so this week's chapter actually did answer the question that we all pretty much had after last week, which was the fact that yes, Sally and Valtos actually are fully in control of their own bodies. They actually were fully resurrected using Rise's magic. Because, I mean, it was a little implied at the end of the last chapter that they might be actually zombies, or just like he might actually be controlling them like he does all his other zombies that he uses his magic on. And even for most of the chapter, they're not saying anything. They're kind of just still back there quiet. You can't see their faces. They're just standing back there kind of like zombies while Rise is basically doing all the talking. And then after Asta kind of just backhands him out of the way, he goes up to the two of them and basically tries to convince them. Because, alright, for the most of the chapter, Rise is basically saying what he was saying in the last week's chapter. He wants the Black Wolves to actually help them get their revenge on Lich. But Asta's like, no, because if we help you get your revenge, you're not going to help us protect basically the civilians that we're going there to protect in the capital. And plus, you're evil. You're a bad guy. The last time you were at the capital, you were hurting the civilians we're going to protect. So unless you give us your word that you're actually going to help us protect the civilians, then you're on your own. We're not going to help you. And all saying is why he's basically wrestling Rades into submission. And it's actually kind of funny because right when Rades was actually explaining exactly how he's going to have the Black Wolves help him out, it basically came down to they're going to use Valtos' teleportation magic to teleport all of them to the capital because he's been there before. He touched his magic he touched the capital with his own magic, so he can instantly teleport everyone, including the Black Wolves base, to the capital. And then they use Sally's black magic tools to basically boost all their magic power, so they can actually stand a chance of taking on all the elves. And once Asta kind of realizes that, he's like, well, I don't even need you anymore. So he just instantly goes straight to Valtos and Sally and tries to convince them to join their side. And you know what I gotta say? Asta has never reminded me more of Luffy from One Piece than in this chapter. Because, alright, if you read One Piece, then you know one of Luffy's big characteristics is that he is constantly turning people who used to be his villains, people who used to be his enemies, into allies. Even if it's only for a short minute, like with Crocodile, he still was able to turn people who he used to fight, who he had like a life and death battle with, into one of his allies, even for one instance in time. So that's basically what Asta does in the chapter. He basically convinces Sally and Valtos to end up joining his side. Oh yeah, and I want to mention that before the chapter was actually dropped, I did read a comment from someone saying basically they think that maybe Sally and Valtos might end up joining the Black Bulls after this whole thing's over and done with. And I gotta say, after reading this chapter, I think Sally, honestly, out of all of them, actually has a solid chance to actually join the Black Bulls. Because as the way Asta basically convinces her to join them is he basically says, hey, as long as you protect civilians when you go here to the capital with us, and you basically don't do anything too painful to me, I will let you experiment on me as much as you want. Plus, if you use your experiments to help people and actually do good things, people won't basically stop you from experimenting as much as you want. Because one of her complaints was the reason why she didn't end up doing the Magic Knights is because they were stopping her from doing experiments. Or she feared that they would stop her from doing experiments, so she just went full rogue. So yeah, I gotta admit, this chapter, it gave me hope. It gave me a lot of hope that Sally, at the end of this thing, will end up joining the Black Bulls. Because she's actually one of my favorite characters in the series. I actually love Sally. I was sad when she died. And the fact that she's now not only back, but we're actually hinting at the fact that she might end up joining the Black Bulls as a permanent team member, I'm down for it. So yeah, Asta basically convinces Sally to join them. And then Charmy, out of literally every character there, Charmy's actually the one to convince Valtos. Because, alright, the reason why Valtos has basically just been sitting back quiet and, we couldn't see his face is because he's straight up depressed. He devoted himself 100% to Patry, who he thought was actually Lich. But then when Patry actually betrayed him, it broke his spirit. He basically was like, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. And Charmy out of all people came up to him, pat him on the back. I was like, here, just eat your food, shut up, gain your magic back, and then come help us out. And he does it. He fucking agrees to. He eats the food. Him and Sally chow down. They convince Rades to basically chow down, even though he's basically still saying that he's not going to protect civilians. He's not going to do what they say. He's going to follow his own plan. Doesn't matter. They basically all chow down on the food. They gain their magic abilities back. And then literally at the end of the chapter, we see them teleporting to the capital in front of a few other Magic Knights who were defeated already, saying that, alright, the capital is going to be destroyed. The entire country is going to be destroyed. And you know what? I kind of just realized this as I'm doing the review. But Valtos, it seems like he was basically brought back, like Tabata brought him back, simply to be a replacement for Finral during this arc. Because Finral is still out for the count after what happened to him during the Royal Knights tournament. And I honestly just now realized that Finral wasn't actually here during this whole entire thing. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all that happened in this week's chapter. This chapter kind of felt just like the chapter from before when we actually went back to, when Asta, Magna, Luck, and Vanessa went back to the Black Bolt's headquarters. Just basically so they can get back their magic and gain all the other allies that were sitting there waiting for them. That's pretty much what this chapter felt like. Just basically, a chapter that, was more comedic than anything. Didn't really push the plot along at all. and it was basically just here to recruit more people to help them fight against the elves. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. I mean, it was more enjoyable than that chapter. That chapter was more boring than this one. Maybe because of the implications of, the bad guys turn good. I don't know. Maybe something like that is the reason why I had more enjoyment from the chapter than I did that previous one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the chapter. That's it for the review. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Comment down below with your thoughts and theories. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.